Hello, beautiful souls. I am just waiting for you all to join. If you would love to give StreamYard permission, then I can see your names coming up in the comments, which will be wonderful, because I'd love to welcome you to tonight's healing. So welcome, everybody. I can see I've got 3 people here. So let me know who I've got on tonight as we are starting. And where are you all from? Okay, so we're not streaming on... Hi, Cara. Just having a look. We are not streaming on the community. Okay, so I'm going to be live. It's always tech issues, isn't there? Okay. Just bear with me, everybody. Okay, so we're going to be... Let me just... Are you all watching, Kyra, are you in the spiritual community or are you watching me just live on my business page? Hi, Megan, how are you? Just so I know, because it's saying to me that I'm not in the community. So we will carry on. Okay, live off my page. Okay, so typical. Let me just go into check. Yeah, it's saying. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to go into the community and just put a message. Sorry, everybody. Don't we love tech issues? Okay, you're on my page. Okay, let me just write a post. I'm just going to put that message. Okay. Hopefully they're going to find me on that. Okay, better put what my business page is if they don't know it. Okay, cool. All right. Hopefully everybody is finding me on my business page. Don't we love tech issues? And it's going to be funny because I am going to be talking about upper limits, self-sabotaging, and hello, I always self-sabotage with tech issues. So everyone is starting to join. Hello, welcome. How are you all traveling with the Venus retrograde? Let me know in the chat. How have you all been? I've got my water because I know I'm going to be channeling for at least an hour tonight. So, welcome. Lovely to have you all here. I'm just seeing who else is joining. And if you don't know me, I'm going to just briefly introduce myself. I have my notes here and on the things on the computer, so I can make sure that I am making sure I'm covering everything that I need to cover tonight. Up-leveled. I have definitely up-leveled and seen people in a different light. I hope I pronounced this right, but hello, Sonila. I hope I've said that right. Sonila. It's a beautiful name. Where are you? Where are you finding me from? Okay, so a little bit about me. My name is Claire Gorman. I am a medical intuitive, a advanced theta healer, an empowerment embodiment coach, energy healer, and I work with majority of women, helping them move away from self-sabotage, procrastination, limiting beliefs, feeling stuck. I've worked with women along the lines of working with their anxiety, with their confidence. I work a lot with coaches, healers, and entrepreneurs. So that's really who I tend to work with. And the type of work that I do is it can range from an area that is very much personal development. And, you know, with the entrepreneurs, they want all the business channeling and guidance, to completely the other end of the scale, where I work with a lot of other healers working on, you know, past traumas, the Akashic records, karmic patterns, and getting very deep and very spiritual. So, you know, I love what I do because I like working with lots of different issues and helping women transform. So, you know, my day can be clearing karma, clearing, you know, past life, parallel lives, future lives, but then also going into a session with a client and start to channel a program for them and things like that. So I like that I'm very diverse. I was like that in my previous career. So I started my career helping women over 35 years ago. I actually started my career as a hairdresser. And I moved into teaching and training for a large global beauty company. So really understood around marketing and branding and all the encompassing around that, and understanding a lot around products, how to actually help hairdressing businesses grow and also have a business mindset, increasing customer spend, helping them get clients. So, you know, teaching them about skills and techniques in the hairdressing industry. And then I moved into having my own business because I wasn't a very good employee, because I always knew how I wanted to do things. So I've had my businesses over the years. What am I now? 48. So I've had multiple businesses. I've moved multiple times. I'm based here in Australia. I came out to Australia 10 years ago from the UK and started a business. Didn't know anyone in Australia, and, you know, grew a very successful business in a very short space of time. And I've always had that capacity to understand what clients need, and I produce a business to sort of fit around that. So my business then went into me studying personal styling, color analysis, and that gave me a real indication of how to help women transform on the outside. But during that time, I was going through my own shadow work. I was working with a healer because I wasn't well. I was, you know, burning out. I had migraines. I had women issues. I mean, 15 years ago, you would never have got me off the sofa. I had a lot of depression and things like that. So, you know, along my way, I've learned how to heal. And then I stepped into meeting a healer, and then I discovered theta healing. So I was a client for a number of years, and I went along and, you know, thought I wanted to do, I went and did the programs, certified, had a massive spiritual awakening, and all these gifts started to unlock within me. and it was just transformational. Literally, when I came out of those programs, I knew my divine life purpose, and that is what I am doing now. So I help a lot of people with finding their purpose as well. So, the last number of years has been very transformative. And, some people will join tonight that have known me for a number of years. I actually still have healing clients that were my old hair clients and image clients. So it just is beautiful to see them come along on the journey. So we don't always leave people behind. So now I'm based in Brisbane, sunny Brisbane, and I am fulfilling my dream of full-time as a healer, and, opening the doorways for other women to fulfill what they're destined to do as well. So this is my passion. I'm just going to turn my phone on to silence. This is my passion, and I love what I do, and you'll see that coming through tonight. So thank you so much for joining. You can watch this at any time. So I know that I'm live on my business page, but I actually run a holistic spiritual community, and I'll drop the link into it at the end. So if you haven't joined my holistic spiritual community, I would love to invite you into that. And although I'm going live tonight, because on Sunday, as I was working on myself and channeling a lot more stuff that was coming through from my own business, this dropped into my lap, and it was like, okay, this is what we're doing. And I wanted to do it on a bigger scale and open it beyond the group. So if you've not come across me, that is who I am. So tonight we're going to be talking about the divine feminine wounds, and how do we step beyond that? As feminine women, we all have past wounds. Now, these past wounds can be our own. They can come down from past lives, okay, so through a soul level. They can also be inherited on the genetic line, and they can come through from the ancestral line, and we can also pick it up in the collective conscious. So, it just gives you an overall of, as I'm talking, some of you might be thinking, well, I don't think I've got a feminine wound or anything like that. So I'm actually going to put it in human talk and conversation of how that actually can look like in our everyday life. And I'll give you some instances, because this is something that I have definitely overcome, especially where I was to where I am now. And I love talking about this. And, over my years of where I've come in my business to where I am now, I have literally worked with thousands upon thousands of women. I've had very deep, intimate conversations with women. I've had them crying on me in their chair when we're doing hair, when we're doing makeup, when we're doing personal styling. And a lot of women actually find it very confronting to actually see themselves in a mirror. And it was interesting because when Zoom really hit the screens, everyone said to me, well, you don't have a problem like showing up on camera. And I'm like, no, because seeing myself on camera is like me looking at myself in the mirror. I have had 35 years of looking at myself in the mirror, communicating with people through the mirror. So I'm very, very comfortable with it. Do I sometimes like myself in the mirror? No, I sometimes don't. But I've really overcome that. And that's been my own personal journey. And, I'm very passionate about helping women gain their confidence and show up. So however that looks for them. So tonight we're going to be talking about the divine feminine wound, and then we're going to get into some beautiful healing. So my healings are completely all channeled. That is one of my very strong gifts, with my intuition and my psychic senses. So I'm going to do the channeling. I'm going to tune into you all, and I'm also going to tune into everybody that's going to be watching this on the replay. So if people, you are here on the replay, welcome. Thank you for joining. And it doesn't matter if you're just watching the replay, you are still going to get the benefit of this healing. And anyone that's here, you can come back at any time to just rewatch and just immerse yourself in this beautiful healing. So the healing I'm going to do is more of like my own technique. I'm going to be like working through the energetics because I like using energy to shift, especially when it's a group of us. And the way that I move energy is that I actually, on a more of a group scale, I actually use pendulums. So some of you might not have ever used pendulums. So, if you want to ask questions, please put it in the chat at any time and I will answer. I want this to be really interactive and I want to bring you into my energy. I've already set up the container for tonight and I use a pendulum to do that. I find it so much easier and so much quicker. So the pendulums I use, I always promote the gorgeous Eric Hunter. So you just need to Google him. And I call him the Pendulum King. And his pendulums are super, super powerful. And what I like about his pendulums is that I can feel the energy changing on the quantum field. So all those beautiful particles, those energetics that really start to shift and transform. Another thing that I like to work through is the Akashic records. So, I will be tuning in, working with my Akashic records tonight because, I know what needs to be healed because it's in my Akashic records. So I'll be using that as well as we go along. So who is this healing for? So if people are starting to join, I can see some more people joining. This is a healing, if you're into crystals, if you're into meditation, if you've experienced healing, Reiki, anything along those lines, if you like yoga, this is going to be something that is going to appeal to you. If you're not into believing in the universe and believing in source power and energies and things like that, this is not for you. So I will not be offended if you drop off the call. You won't upset me. It's either for you or it's not for you, and that is perfectly fine. So I just like to put that as a caveat as before we start, because time is precious and I don't want to waste anybody's time if it's not for them. So this is what this evening is for. So some of you have written, oh, you pronounce my name very well, Alabana. I know you from Anna Kitney. Yes, I love Anna. Gosh, she unlocked so much. It's her fault that I'm here. So if she sees this, she'll laugh at that. Okay, so does everybody understand the definition of the divine feminine? Let's just pop that in the chat, just so I can gauge where everybody is. Yes. Okay, good. And does everyone know what the wounds of a divine feminine is and how that shows up in your life? I'm not drinking Chardonnay. It's actually just a little bit of magnesium in my water. Okay. So just to recap, the divine feminine is an inherent aspect of spirituality representing intuition, creativity, compassion, and nurturing energies. Now, years ago, my divine feminine was non-exist. I was very much in my masculine. That's how I got burnt out. That's why I was in a lot of anxiety. But my divine masculine, because I was using it so much, it got me to where I am. I'm very much a go-getter. I'm very entrepreneurial. I'm very self-driven. But there's only so much of that you can do before you're burnt out. And it wasn't until I started to heal and really understand, the divine feminine and how I was showing up and how I wasn't showing up for myself, that I realized that actually it was a deep wound that I needed to clear. So we all know that we have divine masculine, divine feminine energies, and it's that balance of yin and yang. Okay, so it's times where we need to cultivate and step into our masculine to get things done, but there's a time that also that we need to step out of that and rest and nurture and get back into our creativity and compassion, and very much self-compassion, because the divine feminine wound sometimes is very much overgiving, but we're not giving to ourselves. And it took me a long time to actually heal that wound. But I'm also going to give you some tips and techniques tonight to actually move out of that. So the thing is, with healing, what I've found really, really interesting over the years is that we can change our beliefs, we can change our mindset, we can change our coding, we can change our DNA and things like that through healing sessions. But actually, where it makes the biggest impact is where you come out of that session, you start to change the energy around that, you start to take action. And this is some things that I've seen with a lot of healers over the years, is that they'll dig and they'll dig and they'll dig, and they'll keep working on what's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong. And it can keep them in that cycle of just keep working on themselves, but they're not breaking that cycle to move forward. And that's probably the one thing that I would say where I've had a lot of rapid growth and transformation is because I take the divine action after my healing session. So I do the healing, I change the energies, and then I take the action. And it's taking the action is what embodies the new version of you. So the new version of you, it might be that you've done a healing on maybe some self-neglect, but unless you start not neglecting yourself and really start self-love and self-compassion, so that might be, taking your supplements, it might be taking more water each day, it might be going for a walk, it might be starting to purchase better food to eat. That's the action, and that is what's going to take you further down the line and make the transformation permanent, is probably the easiest way to say. Does that resonate with anybody? And I really found that when I connected in with my divine feminine, she was very lonely. Absolutely. Yeah, okay, great. She was very lonely, and I was very much a person that listened to my ego, and it was my negative ego. And I have two names for them. I have positive Polly and negative Nancy. And my negative Nancy was she was not nice. So I would wake up in the morning, and the first thing I would do is I sat, and I remember having my bathroom, and I had these mirror wardrobes. So this is going back about 15 years ago in one of my homes. So I would see myself, half naked going into the bathroom. And the first thing I would do was put down, put down, put down, put down. And it just put me in a complete funk. And I think that was really the start and the catalyst of me getting like depression. Not that I admitted that the doctor wanted to put me on antidepressant tablets, and I said no, I refused that I had depression. And when I look back, I definitely had that. I was very, very stuck. I wasn't happy, and I felt guilty for not being happy because You know, I had a beautiful I have a beautiful husband, I have beautiful kids, I have a beautiful home, I didn't have to work. You know, I was living the life of a lot of women would love, but I wasn't happy. I wasn't fulfilled because I wasn't living my divine life purpose. So that's where I was, you know, this constant put down from negative Nancy. And it really made me understand the different types. Okay, hopefully I'm back. Definitely self-sabotaging here. Am I here? Can you all see me? Hopefully you can. So it made me really understand the different types of personalities that we have. And little by little, I started to change negative Nancy into positive Polly. And it took me step by step along that journey of self-discovery and self-awareness. Okay, cool. You see me. Thanks, Jackie. And it made me realize that there were inner wounds within me, and they weren't all mine. And it was amazing that when I started my healing journey, how much stuff I'd taken on, because I'm an empath and sensitive, and I call that a superpower. And the amount of stuff that I took on from my clients was unbelievable. Yeah, so that didn't help either. So really exploring your inner worlds and delving into this understanding of, you know, we all carry energy, we all carry beliefs, but little by little, and that was great with theta healing, that was able to transform. And those wounds actually hinder our progress and our happiness. So I would always invite someone to go on this journey of self-discovery and healing, because it's the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life. And I'm so, so happy now. I wish I'd done it sooner, but everything happens for a reason. So one of the things that I would always recommend is to do forgiveness work on yourself. And on forgiveness work with anybody else. And it's not because you need to forgive them, it's because you need to forgive yourself and set yourself free. So if you're ever going to do any type of work in healing this divine feminine, is to do the forgiveness work, because that really opens up self-compassion for yourself. And that really starts to help you connect with your higher self and your soul and positive Polly. So it really starts to allow the negative Nancy, the ego, to start to just, you can't ever let her fall away, but you allow the other sides of you, the compassion sides of you, so the higher self and the soul, to be stronger. So you're actually empowering that side of your intuition and your creativity and your self-compassion and self-love for yourself. So that's, you know, one of the things that I've noticed, and I wanted to share that tonight. What was really interesting is another thing that a lot of women have wounds around is actually embracing compliments. So let me know in the chat, how are you when someone compliments you? Do you struggle with a compliment? Are you a woman that will, you know, someone might say, oh, that's a nice top, or your hair looks nice today. And do you say, oh, this old thing, it was, you know, got it in the sale. This was me. Okay. I would have clients come into the salon and I'd spent time, you know, making myself look presentable, because I love fashion, I love makeup, I love, you know, hair. I'm a real girly girl. And clients would say, oh, you look nice today. And I'd be like, oh, this is just another thing. Oh, I got this in the sale. And I would put myself down. I used to, but after doing work on myself, I can now hold a compliment and thank you. Yes, and I really struggled with that. And the other thing that I really struggled with was when someone bought me a gift. So, back in the day, I would have clients come in at Christmas, and they would always buy me some chocolates, some biscuits, some flowers, bottle of wine, and things like that. And I would really struggle with taking that gift. And I actually got to the point where they would buy me a gift for Christmas, and then I'd be like, oh, I've put a free treatment on your hair today, because I felt like I had to give back. I just could not hold that gift and accept it. That's how bad I was. Yeah, really, really, really bad. And or if someone said I look nice, I would have to return and go, oh yeah, but you look even better. I would have to always return it and diminish myself. And that's one thing that's quite interesting with having conversations with women over the multiple years. I would sit them in the chair and I would say, okay, so we're going to design a haircut for you. What do you want to enhance? What do you love about your face? Do you want to enhance your cheekbones? Do you love your eyes? Because we'll design a haircut around, your features. What do you want to bring out? And they would never say what they liked. They would tell me what they didn't like. And I used to find that absolutely fascinating. So, I really had a deep understanding of where women are when it comes to, healing this divine, beautiful wound that's within them. And it's sad. So Megan's overcome that. Anybody else struggle with a compliment? And that's very much related to our self-worth. And understanding that, compliments is an act of receiving divine energy and acknowledging one's worthiness. And our self-worth is actually tied to our spiritual growth and the ability to fulfill our life's purpose. Because when we feel confident, we feel good, we step forward. Much better than I used to be. Good. So ways to help overcome this is by doing affirmations, really heart-centered affirmations, and really nurturing. And it's not about, going and having a facial or things like that. It's pure self-love. So it would be things like nurturing your body, as in, healthy foods, supplements, plenty of water, looking at your diet, looking at your spiritual practices. Are you taking time for yourself? And time for yourself might be, a walk in nature. It might be having a massage. It might be having a facial. But some of us really, really struggle. And a lot of us struggle with actually spending money on ourselves as well. So that can also come up as a wound. So the divine feminine, when she's stepping truly in her power, she's released and she's broken free of a lot of guilt and shame. And she really understands that her body is a sacred vessel. And she really embraces it. And she also loves to nurture the body and mind. So when you do take that time for yourself, let me know in the chat, when you do take that time for yourself, how good do you feel on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being crap, 10 being absolutely amazing. When you're nurturing your body as a temple and you're really nourishing it with the wholesome foods, the proper care, and also the mindful practices. I think for me, my biggest turnaround, and people sort of just go, oh, Meditation for me was a complete game changer. And I know when I need to do some deep meditations and do that sort of clearing. You know, some of you, it might be just journaling would be a good way to help with mindful practices. Yeah, an 8 to 10. So good, great. Hi. Another thing that's really good to do with healing the divine feminine wound is releasing the superwoman mentality. And this was me. And, you know, this is a work in progress for me because I am a high achiever. I love, you know, business. I love, you know, helping people and things like that. And I love what I do. So I am, I'm a bit of a workaholic because I love what I do. But the superwoman mentality is someone that is doing everything. Absolutely everything. And she's the type of woman, this is definitely me, you know, a number of years ago. I would be doing the house, I'd be doing the kids, I'd be trying to run a business, I'd be doing all the shopping, I'd be doing all the cleaning. And to be honest, I don't know how I did it, but I had to start asking for support. And I had a support wound. Yeah. Had a real support wound. And it was really quite bad when I became a mother. And that's where it started to kick in first, because I wanted to be super mum. So where are you, everybody, on your superwoman mentality? And it's really looking at the spiritual lessons behind the need to constantly prove ourselves. And actually asking for support is a source of strength. And it really starts to help us encourage the surrender. And that it's not a sign of weakness, but actually a path of empowerment. And it's using practices of surrender and trust. So it's really working on the virtue of trust. With that one. Okay, the divine feminine. What am I going to have? I don't always put my needs first. Yeah. So that is like a neglect wound. And we'll get to that, Jackie. So embracing rest and boundaries. Now, I would manifest a migraine because that was the only time that I felt that I could actually come out of superwoman mode, because my migraines would happen at least 3 times a month, and I was in bed with them for at least a good 3 days. Because I was burnt out. So I'd manifest a migraine, because then I would allow my husband to step forward and help with the children, and he would literally do everything. But that also showed me that I felt loved as well. So I had a few wounds to work through on that one. And it wasn't until I realised that I was manifesting the migraines to be able to allow myself rest. that I thought, oh, I need to change this story. And what I do now is, this is where meditation really helped me, was that I was meditating at least 2 or 3 times a day, because that was just giving me the rest. And it was also helping to clear a lot of the stuff that I was holding on to, the energetics of clients that were coming into the salon and things like that, because I would absorb all their issues as they were telling me their tales and their problems, because everybody tells their hairdresser everything, don't they? But that was the only way that I could rest. So I needed to flip that story. And I know my body so well now. I always did, but I stopped listening to it. So I know when I'm at a stage where I'm like, I need to go to bed early tonight, and I need to do a meditation, or I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, because I don't want to end up like that. So I'm always on the forefront of it. So really understanding the spiritual significance of rest, and allowing time for rejuvenation, and allowing for spiritual downloads to come in as well. Because that's what I noticed when I wasn't well. I could feel things going on. I wasn't sure what it was. I don't know if any of you have felt this when you're resting. Things start to change within you. I don't know if any of you feel that. And it's really interesting, even for me now. I went on holiday not so long ago, and okay, I still do a little bit of work while I'm on holiday, but I'm very much in creative mode when I'm on holiday. And I did warn my assistant, I will be coming up with ideas, because when I take that time away and I rest, that feminine divine energy just like lands on me, and I get really, really creative. I am a completely creative person. Obviously I would be, because I was in the hair and beauty industry. But yes, that, when you step away, you step back and you start to rest, because you're surrendering. So you're allowing whatever needs to come in. So whether it's coding, whether it's creativity, whether it's inspiration. I have a lot of people come to me and they say, I want help opening up my intuition. I want help opening up my intuition. How can you help me do that? And I said, do you make time for your intuition to come in? And they're like, well, what do you mean? And I said, well, do you take time throughout the day to have the conversations with your intuition? And they're like, no. And I'm like, well, that's one of the main things, is stillness. If you're busy, 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 you're actually more tuned into your ego than your higher self and your soul and your intuition. Have any of you noticed that? And really understanding the role of intuition. This is what a divine feminine is all about. The divine feminine is full intuition all the way. And she makes the aligned decisions for her own growth and fulfillment. Definitely. And I've started a practice where I do my soul work on my way and to and from the bus, into the office. And that's interesting, Megan, because I was talking to one of my clients today, and she said, I listened to your trusting your body meditation. And she said, I don't sit down and listen to your meditations. I'm either walking. She loves to walk down to the beach every day. She actually does it twice a day and things like that. She said, that's probably not the right thing. And I said, no, actually, that is the right thing, because what's great about that is you're in the fresh air, you're in daylight. Obviously, if she's doing it in the morning, you're getting all that light coding. And we've got the Lionsgate portal that opened yesterday. So the Lionsgate portal is going to give us light codes at the moment. I don't know how many days it's up for. I haven't looked into that, but I just saw that it started yesterday. So we're getting light codes. So this is what I was saying to her, you know, you're outside, you're meditating, so you're in like a theta brain state. You're getting all this light coding come in, but you're also grounding it in because you're looking at the different elements. You've got feet in the water, okay, so the water element, allowing flow. You've got the air around you. You're looking at the clouds because she said, I love looking at the clouds in the sky. So you're working with the air element. So the air element is just coming in and just allowing to blow everything through. You know, you've got the sun, that sun element. Okay, so that's giving you coding, light codes. It's changing you on a cellular level. It's raising your consciousness because that's what we're all going through at the moment. So, you know, Megan, you're out in the daylight doing that. Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, it's really good to meditate outside, definitely. And look, if you're doing it at night, you're getting starlight energy, you're getting moon energy. So you're working with those different like planetary elements within your practice. Do any of you use the different elements to your benefit? Yes, my intuition is on fire at the moment. I'm on holiday and meditating more. Yeah, and Jackie, you're up this way as well. So there's definitely it must be the ley lines up here. That's all I can think of. I'm really trying to understand more around ley lines because I wondered why I was sort of brought up this way from Melbourne to Brisbane. And there's definitely a different energy up here around spiritual stuff as well. So yes, I definitely think yeah, if anybody's watching this and knows a lot about ley lines, like DM me because I really like to understand that. Something else is starting to unlock with me to have a look at. Definitely on my way to the bus, I have two particular trees in the street that I touch and tune into. So that, yeah, that's your wood, that's your earth energy. And trees are so ancient and spiritual. That's why I knew this house called to me because I have the forest at the back, you know, that I look out onto every single day. So I actually made some notes about breaking free of the past. So this is something that is amazing when you're healing the divine feminine wound. So understanding the concept of past lives, where these wounds have come in. So I know tonight I've got a lot of healers on the call. So, you know, we've all been healers in a past life. And I always say, you know, you know how to heal. Your body knows how to heal. You cut yourself, your body heals. You are a healer. Okay. But our past lives and our karma and the influence it has on these present experiences. Have any of you experienced a karmic healing or a past life healing? I'd love to know in the chat. And do you know much about it? It's quite interesting. Whenever I work with a healer, the first thing I always get to do is a past life healing on their life where they were a healer or they had gifts that they've actually shut down because of a past life bad experience. So it's always fascinating that comes through. I've regressed about 20 of my past life. Love it. I've done it. Yes, you have done with me. Yes, with you. Yes, yes, we all have to. It's like a rite of passage when you work with me that I heal that beautiful divine feminine wound of that past life. Yes. And it was really interesting when I actually did my basic theta healing. I actually did it with Anna Kitney, amazing teacher. And I did it because she's out of England. I'm in Australia. I was doing it through the night, which was really, really I don't want to say it was eerie. It could have been eerie, but it was just so still and so quiet. But what I found was during the day on my basic course, so we were like doing the course through the night, and then through the day I was getting up and I was just trying to keep myself busy, and I'd be like tidying and cleaning the house and just like faffing on like I normally do. But I was having all this past life regression of the Stonehenge and all the persecution stuff that went on. And I was like, this is really interesting. This is really interesting. And what actually was coming up was I was actually healing a lot of people in that course during the day, because I was sat there thinking, what is this? What do I do with this? And I was told, clear it, clear it. And I was like, okay, how do I clear it? Oh, okay, I clear it like that. Okay. And that's the flashbacks that I got straight away. And then from that, it really started to lead into every single person. If I was doing a course and we were doing a swap, or I work with a lot of healers now, they come in, I know that's the first thing that I'm always guided to do, because I see their part. It's really easy because I access the Akashic records really, really easy as well. So that's one of the things that I tend to do with a lot of people as well. So karma is really quite an interesting one. I've worked with karma a lot, and I clear the karma with my pendulums. That's how I tend to work with it, and that's how I'm guided. I find it quite easy to clear the karma through pendulum healing as well. And it's quite interesting because when you tune into the karma and realize what the cause and effect is in this lifetime, that's quite interesting. And then releasing that, and then seeing people change and flourish and grow through that. Okay, I'm just checking my notes to see if I've got anything else I wanted to talk about. Has anybody got any questions that they'd like me to answer before we get into the beautiful healing? I know we're running a bit over time, but I do like a chat. The Lion Gate. I haven't even looked at my calendar for the 8th of August. What day does that fall on? Let's have a look. Let's have a look for a second. Ooh, okay, it's going to be a Tuesday. Maybe I haven't said in the spiritual community what I'm doing, but why not? Lock it in, Larry. Lock it in, Lioness, should I say? Yeah, why not? I'll do something. Yeah, cool. I love using the energies. That's why I love writing the energy overview. So if you're not on my email list, if you go onto my website under blogs, every month I write a channel, the energy overview, but I tap into the energies that we're pulling in as a collective or that's around us, so that we know what to shift and heal. So it was quite interesting when I was tuning in on Sunday. It was like, we need to do a divine feminine healing because we're in this Venus retrograde. So retrograde, if no one knows what the understanding of that is, retrograde takes us back. It takes us back over the old stories, over the old programs, and it brings stuff up so we could get triggered. So it brings things up. It can bring up past hurts. It can bring up anxiety. It can bring up anger, frustration, things that need to be. Oh, Anne's here. Thank you. Hello, Anne. She's my right hand woman. Wouldn't be where I am without her. Thank you, my gorgeous. It takes you back over old ground. So it brings things up for us. So don't see that as a negative, see that as a really good positive. So at the moment, as Venus is in retrograde, what it's going to be bringing up is a lot around self-love, self-worth, self-sabotage, basically everything that I've sort of said earlier tonight on this live is going to bring things like that up. So that's why when I was sat here on Sunday, I thought I need to do some energetics and some healing around that to help people through. So this Venus in retrograde is going to be around for 6 weeks. Then we've got the Lion's Gate as well. So we've got different coding. So if we look at that from a really good positive, we're going back over old ground. Okay, so our feminine wounds, what we need to heal. So it's going to be different for everybody, slightly different for everybody. So we're going to be made aware of what needs to be healed. But on the other hand, we've got Lionsgate that is giving us new coding, new consciousness, up leveling, upgrading. So can you see the power of these next 6 weeks, these next few weeks? Does that make sense? So we're going to do some clearing because we're going to be made aware. And then we're going to be getting upgrades. How amazing is that? So we want to be getting out into the daylight. So we want to be doing some work on ourselves, clearing it, and then getting the codings. So we have massive transformation in these next 10 days to 6 weeks. So you really want to be nurturing yourself and giving yourself time and doing some work. If you want transformation, it's time to pull your sleeves up, pull up your big girl pants, and get down and dirty and do some deep stuff. Because what's on the other side? Yeah, who knows? But I'm up for it. What do we all think on that? I'm actually going to make you write in the chat, what are you going to dedicate each day? How long are you going to dedicate yourself for the next 6 weeks? How much time are you going to dedicate on yourself each day that is consistent? So it might only be 15 minutes. If it's 15 minutes, that's fine. But I want you to commit, and I'm going to make you write it in the chat. Come on. Because if it's written in the chat, it means it takes place. 10 to 15 minutes a day. Great. If you want to do more, do more. If you don't. Because sometimes consistency is the key. You're better off. Wow, Cara, an hour a day. Fantastic. Love it. You're better off doing 10 to 15 minutes every single day because it's creating momentum rather than like a big 2-3 hour session every 3 months or something like that. Yeah, you do need the big sessions every now and again, totally. But, little and often creates momentum because your body then gets into that cycle of like little stuff. It just comes up, a gentle, it comes up. And then you can see it, cleanse it, clear it, heal it, take action after it. And then a little bit comes up because your body and creator, the universe, your guides are like, because she's working every single day, we're just going to drop that penny into her. We're going to drop that penny into her, that penny of wisdom. And then you can just shift and shift and shift rather than nothing, a big lump of rock to make you shift. And then nothing, big whacking lump. to come down, and then you've got to shift that. Does that make sense? My lumps and shifting rather than a little penny of wisdom just dropping. And what you'll find is that you will heal things on a much more rapid rate. And there won't be, the universe will whisper to you. If you're not listening to the whisper, the universe will talk to you. If you're not listening to the talk or the conversation, the universe will shout at you. If you're not listening to the shout, the universe will scream at you. If you're not listening to the scream, the universe will really stop you until you listen. Yeah. So you're better off to listen to the whisper every single day and clear the whisper rather than the great big scream at the end. Does that resonate? Does that make sense? So that's why they say, all the spiritual teachers, all the coaches, is do your little bit of journaling, do something every single day. It does, and it makes it easy. Okay, perfect, good. So we're committing to something every single day. I'll be checking in on the Lionsgate with you all on the 8th of the 8th. Oh, the 8th. Love the abundance numbers. Okay. All right, we ready for this healing? So let me know in the chat, because I like to design it all around you. What do you feel after this conversation that you feel you would like to shift and release? I'm just checking that I'm not missing anybody's. And then at the end of the healing, I'm going to stay on live. So if anybody needs any personalized sort of healing, any guidance, if you want me to tune into you, I am more than happy to do that at the end. Okay, I've got some more comments on here. Let me just read. Sometimes it comes up on this one. Okay. The overgiving, especially to clients. Yeah. So that's a not enough wound. Sonila, a not enough wound. That's what needs working on with you, my love. Like you're not enough. Not trusting, okay. Not trusting what, Jackie, my love? Okay. Judgment. Stronger boundaries. Yeah, I mean, boundaries are quite an interesting one, because quite a fashionable topic. But I would actually dig on the not enough, you feeling not enough. Where has that come from? I'm actually seeing with you childhood. They're showing me around the age of 3, and it's very much stuck in your heart chakra, and it's stuck between your heart chakra and your solar plexus. So it's right in there. So I don't know, do you suffer with indigestion or anything like that? My abilities. Okay, perfect. All right, are we ready? I'm just going to tune in, going to use the pendulum. So with the pendulum, I'm just going to check So keep the memento going and self-sabotage. Okay, cool. Am I using this pendulum, yes or no? We're using this one. So this one actually works a lot on the root and the sacral, but I'm actually going to command that we're going to work a lot on the sacral tonight and do some healing around that. Okay, just reading things. All right. So I don't want you to lie down in this. The reason being is I actually do put people into a very deep meditative sleep state. Okay, I actually can take people a lot deeper than a theta. I can actually put people into quite a deep trance. So I don't want you to fall asleep either, because sometimes when we fall asleep, it can be that you're self-sabotaging. And you don't want the healing because the ego gets in the way and wants to control. So by sitting upright, and I might even ask you to move your body. So sometimes you need to move in a counterclockwise. So a bit like my pendulum. So when you're in counterclockwise, you're actually releasing energy through the body. And when you then go in a clockwise, I'm going to be back to front with you as I'm moving around. Is going to be activations. So we will be doing cleansing, clearing, and then we'll be activating. I'll be pulling in codes and things like that. And I'll be asking you to tune into your body. But literally 9 times out of 10, I do not know roughly what I'm going to be doing. I literally just channel it all. You just need to follow my voice as your guide. And sometimes through the healing, I might need to say to you, do you want this? And you just need to say yes out loud. So anybody watching this on the replay, it's still going to be active, this healing. You can listen to it anytime. You just need to obviously shout out yes at the appropriate time if you want the healing. If you don't want the healing, don't say anything. It won't activate. I'll clear the energies within you. But if you want coding or things, beliefs or anything like that removed, then I do need your permission. I don't muck around with free will. That's one thing I'm really red hot on, because I don't want any cause and effect coming back at me. Okay, are we all ready? Close your eyes. And I'm going to invite you on this beautiful journey of healing this divine feminine wound. So whatever this wound is that's within you, we are going to set the intention that it's going to be released forever. Okay, so take some deep breaths in. Now you're all tuning into me. Take some deep breaths in, breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. And we're going to set the intention this gets to be fun, joyful, a beautiful experience, a real awakening, a real cleansing, very cathartic. Just keep breathing in and breathing out and breathing in and breathing out. And I'm going to invite you to just drop into your body, into that beautiful, beautiful body of yours. And you're going to imagine that there's this beautiful earth energy coming up from the center of the earth, all the way up, through to your body, to your cells, your atoms, your molecules. And this beautiful earth energy is going to start dancing with your energy, a beautiful dance. Just awakening and stimulating all your cells, all your atoms, all your molecules. And you're really starting to step into that feeling of beautiful peace, of divine love, divine peace, tranquility. And we're going to call back a real sense of presence. So just feel that energy coming in now very gently, all around you, like a beautiful bubble. And you're going to pull that energy deep within your body, all your cells, all your atoms, all your molecules are really connecting into that frequency of peace and presence. Okay, pull it deep down. We're going to pull it deep down into your sacral chakra, that beautiful womb space. And any rips, tears, or holes in that sacral chakra, you're going to see, sense, feel, know that it's all being healed from the divine. Feeling that unconditional love, that real sense of nurturing. Now, you might feel like you want to place one hand on your heart, one hand on your sacral, your womb space. And I invite you to just start to rock in a counterclockwise way. Just very gently, just allowing the body to gently move however it wants to. And it's just dancing with this energy. Okay, just breathe and allow the body to take over. And we're just going to invite you to come back to a sense of alignment. So I want you to feel that beautiful divine light coming down from the seventh plane, the heavens, all the way down, coming through your crown, through to your third eye, down to your throat chakra, your heart chakra, coming down, all the way down, down, down. So through the heart chakra, into your solar plexus, into your sacral. And then down into your root chakra, down your legs, past your knees, your feet, and then down into Mother Earth. And we're going to pull that divine energy all the way down. We're going to ground it into your body. So we're doing it a slightly different way tonight. So pull it down, 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 down. Okay, so you're taking that power, you're taking that presence, and you're pulling that love, that peace, that compassion, that grace, that mercy, all that coding, all down, 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 down. Feel it coming down, coming through the top of your head, all the way through your body, down to your toes. Good. Okay, just gently move the body counterclockwise. And you're going to flood your body with this beautiful light. Allow it to go through all your cells, your atoms, your molecules, through your whole nervous system, just calming everything down. Okay, so the first thing we're going to work on is that we're going to go to your adrenals. Okay, so they feel quite sticky. They feel sluggish. So we're just going to flood them with light. Okay, good. And I want you to feel that it's evaporating all the way down your legs, through the feet, and then into the earth, and let Mother Earth take it from you. Now, it might not be your fatigue, might be others, might be the collective, might be ancestral that you're holding on to in those adrenals. Okay, they're starting to change shape. They're looking better. So just keep pulling that light in. Keep pulling the light in and then letting go. So allow that sticky, toxic energy to just drain away and just keep pulling in that light. Okay, so the second place we're going to start working on is that sacral. So anything that feels dark and heavy. So it's going to be different for everybody, but it's there. So we're going to pull in that divine light. We're going to flood that area with light. Okay, so we're going to heal any old wounds. Okay, good. So you're going to see them like shattered glass in that space. And as we're pulling in that divine light, you're going to see that shattered glass become one whole piece. See, sense, feel, know that it's complete. Okay, and then that glass is going to start turning into a diamond. So the more light you're pulling in, you can see it transmuting and transforming into this beautiful diamond. And then we're just going to pour more divine light in, and that diamond is start to activating, and it's going to go in a clockwise way. So move your body clockwise. Okay, and you're going to see the brilliance of that diamond. Like beautiful stars. They're just getting brighter and brighter, brighter and brighter. Brighter and brighter. Okay, just keep letting it get brighter. And you're going to realize in a minute that all that brightness is going to start activating all your chakras, and especially going to start working on that throat chakra. So see, sense, feel, know that that beautiful blue chakra in the throat and the color of the blue is just getting stronger and stronger. So anywhere you've been restricted of a voice, just allow that to go. Hand it over. It's not serving you in your best and highest. Okay, and I want you to breathe. Take big, deep breaths. And within this throat chakra, it's going to teach you beautiful boundaries, loving words to say to yourself. Okay, good. Now we're just going to move over to your shoulders. We're just going to release the weight of the world off your shoulders, where you're overgiving to others or where you have overgiven to others. And you've started to become aware of that. So we're going to ask for a healing on that. We're going to ask for the resentments to be released. Any judgments to be released. I'm going to ask for that divine light to come in and just remove that all from you, from your whole body system. Just keep breathing. Anywhere where you're judging yourself, I'm going to ask for a healing on that. And anywhere where you're judging others, we're going to ask for a healing on that. See, sense, feel, know, and release it with your whole being. That's it. It's time to let it go. Just hand it over. Just breathe. Okay, just keep slowly, gently moving your body in whatever direction. Because you know if you're going counterclockwise, you're releasing. And then if you're going clockwise, you know your body is just activating. So just dance. Dance with how the energies want you to move. Don't stay still. Move. Because this is important. Moving's important sometimes in a healing because it helps to shift. I can feel some of you have got stuff stuck in your body. Okay, good. Okay, so we're going to connect in with that beautiful body, and you're going to be asked to be taken to a certain area of your body where you don't trust. Where you don't trust yourself, you don't trust the universe, you don't trust Creator, Source, God, your higher power, your soul. So just go with where you're led to. You're going to see it flashing up like a light. 1, 2, 3. First of all, we're going to call in beautiful unconditional love to that area. And we're not going to punish it. We're not going to diminish it. We're going to love it. We're going to love it so much that it starts to transform. It starts to shapeshift and change. And you're going to see that beautiful rose color. See it as a beautiful pink, soft pink, and then becoming darker and darker, stronger and stronger. And feel that passion, feel that desire, feel that strong bond. Allow, surrender, and just move your body. Allow it to activate and allow it to become part of you. This beautiful divine feminine energy. It's strong and powerful. It has presence. It has perseverance. It has determination. It has joy. It understands self-love, self-worth, and a deep honoring of self, compassion, self-expression, creativity, intuition, liberation. That's it. Allow, 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 allow. Okay, now allow it to connect into that heart chakra and allow that heart chakra just burst and expand. I want you to take up space. I want you that energy to just keep activating and just transmute it out. out into your energy field and expand. Let it expand, 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 expand. Take up space. Let it move through you. Move your body. Okay, you can feel it coming and activating your throat now. Once again, let it expand. Let it take up space. Good. You're doing amazing. I can feel you all just really expanding. And I want you to flow into that energy of pure bliss and joy and freedom and expansion. Okay, and I'm just going to move that energy around for you now. Okay, that's good. Okay, so I want you to breathe deeply, coming back to your center with one hand on your heart, one hand on your womb space. Just breathing deeply and just sit in that energy. Just connecting with your body, allowing your body to talk and whisper to you. Just breathing. Connecting in with that earth energy, bringing that all the way through your body, grounding you in. All these new codes, these activations. Well done. And we're just going to bring back all your chakras to your new normal. And we're going to command that you get a beautiful night's sleep or rest. That's it. I can feel that you've elevated. Yeah, you've definitely had a vibrational shift. Great. Okay. When you're ready, open your eyes. And let me know how that feels. She feels lighter. Megan, wow, that was very intense. I felt really, really sick when we were moving counterclockwise. I've never felt that before. Yeah, so you were shifting stuff. Do you feel all right now? You were actually clearing a lot of old emotions out. Sonila, lighter. Sonila, do you just do theta healing, or do you do anything else? Yes, feel much better and definitely lighter. I will sleep tonight. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that that you could sleep. Wasn't too activated. Has anybody got any questions? Does anybody want me to tune into anything? Does anybody need anything? I'm more than happy to channel, to do some pendulum dowsing. I am yours. You need anything? You ask. I am here. Jackie feels much better. Good. Theta healing, Reiki, sound healing, female energy awakening. Did you do your feminine energy awakening? Did you do it with Vanya? That was very visual and strong. My speaking event was postponed tomorrow as we didn't get enough participants purchasing the tickets. I feel it was because it was either no to the right time or the wrong group. Do you pick anything up on this? Okay, let's do a bit of dowsing. Let's ask the guides. Method. Miranda Gray. Okay. I've not heard of Miranda Gray. I did my energy female awakening. I did Vanya's Sacred Star. Womb blessing. Oh, fantastic. It was interesting. I've actually had a hysterectomy, and when I signed up and started working with Vanya on Sacred Star, I did it the first round that she ever did, and they were all talking about their wombs and things like that, and I was like, I haven't got a womb. I was thinking, I'm really going to struggle with this. Like, how do I go about that? And I said to Creator, am I going to be able to do that? Like, do this course and stuff like that, this women's work? And Creator said, put an energy womb back in. And I went, what? He said, well, put an energy womb back in because you still have imprints, you still have the energy centers for it. And I knew that because my grandfather actually lost his leg in the war and had an artificial leg. And I remember as a child, he would jump and he'd be like, oh, and I would say to him, Granddad, why are you doing that? And he said, because I still can feel my leg. And it literally, as Creator said that to me, I remembered and I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. And I energetically put my womb back into my body. And yeah, I mean, I still know when my body is like in its cycle and everything. It's absolutely fascinating. Yeah. So womb blessing, love the sound of that. Absolutely amazing. So any ladies that need a womb blessing, Sonila is your lady. Okay, right, Megan, let's have a look. So can we, using this pendulum? Yes. Can we tune into Megan North, please, and understand what was going on around the speaking event for tomorrow not happening? Was it not the right time or the wrong group? Thank you. It's done. Okay, right. Okay, what is it? Not the right group because you are playing it small. Yeah. You're not going big enough. You need to shoot for the stars. You need to, you need to move more into your stretch zone when it comes to speaking and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what it's saying. Yeah. So if anybody's watching me, I use pendulum dowsing to just to tune into the. I have a guide here, and it starts to spell it out. So I use that. Sometimes I channel. Sometimes I use this. Oh man, not that again. Yes. Go big or go home. You are playing it too small, my friend. You need to be stretching yourself more. Okay. We are not going in at this level. We're going in at that level. What do I always tell you? So yes, it was the wrong group, and Creator doesn't want you wasting your time in there. Okay. Where does she need to focus? So it's telling you to focus on more podcasts. Okay, I'll do that in a minute, Sonia. Start with podcasts, because that's going to energetically help you with reaching a bigger audience and helping you, I feel like, with the mindset of millions of people listening to your voice. I think that's going to be quite healing for you. So I think doing that in conjunction, as in applying for bigger speaking gigs. How does that sound, my friend? Okay, Sanila. Let's have a look. Okay, so I'm just going to close down Megan. I'm going to use a different pendulum for you. Am I using a different pendulum? Yeah. Okay. Oh. This pendulum for Sanila. Sanila, you need to be looking at ancient Egypt and beauty. That's the energies I'm feeling, because the pendulum I've picked up is my Egyptian pendulum, and straight away it was like, we need to you need to look back into Egypt around this. Okay, so can we just tune into that? Can we have the information to come through about self-care and beauty? Seems I sabotage myself about beauty. Can we just tune into what she needs to work on? Yeah. So it's spelling out Egypt. So past life. Yes. What happened in that past life? You were for her beauty. Yeah. So was she very beautiful in that past life? Yes. And you were subjected to not great things because of that. So it's a past life healing that you need to go back into, and it was around Egypt, where you were very beautiful and you were given a really hard time. I'm not going to say it live on the thing, but it wasn't great, the experience that you had when it came to your beauty. I go to different hairdressers that are very good. They make wonderful colours and haircuts for my friends, but when I go there, my haircut and colour doesn't come out fine. Yeah. So it's a healing of Egypt, where you were subjected to something. Okay. So why was she? Why things sabotaging for her, please, in this lifetime? There's a fear of looking attractive, and radiating your beauty. So it's all subconscious. Does that resonate at all? Yeah, you've got your TV interview next week. But yeah, podcasts as well for you. I think it's really good with podcasts because it actually helps you get into the habit of pushing yourself forward to be on one. Okay, that does resonate. So you can muscle test yourself. I have a deep-rooted fear on being seen as beautiful, being seen for my beauty. Yeah, and if you're going to great hairdressers, but it's not coming out, fine. Yeah. And that's good because it shows a message to the universe, Megan, that you know, trying to get on podcasts and stuff like that. The universe will be like, oh, okay, so she's really putting herself out there. Okay, she wants to put herself out there. We'll help her. And podcasts are really good as well. You don't have to dress up for podcasts. Saying that though, the ones that I've been on recently, they video them, so you have to do your hair and makeup for those ones. Is there anything else? You can still wear your pajama bottoms. I did think about wearing my pajama bottoms this evening, but no, I've got my jeans on. Is there anybody else that wants me to tune into anything? I am more than happy. I am here for you this evening. So I've put in the chat, if you've seen, a bit further up at 9:29. If you're not part of the holistic spiritual community, this is the type of stuff that we do in the community. I go live every single week. Sometimes it's channeling, sometimes it's guidance, sometimes it's a meditation. You know, depends what we feel is what I'm tuning into, really. Just tonight I've done a bit more of a longer one. So we'll definitely do something on the 8th. Oh, thank you, beautiful. My absolute pleasure. Thank you all so much for coming. I hope you've enjoyed spending some time with me. Thank you all for whoever's watching it on the replay. Welcome. And if I know you, then hiya. Hiya. I'm going to call it a day. I am going to go down and spend some time with my husband. Poor Andrew. So thank you so much. I've loved spending some time with you, and I will see you all either in the spiritual community, where we get to hang out. So take care. And if I can help anybody further on, I will. I'll tell you what I'll do. What I've got, I'm just going to help everybody. Copy that. There is, I'm just going to post this in. I always give everybody a complimentary call if I can help them further, because sometimes you don't want to discuss anything on a live as such. There's my Calendly link for a free 30 minutes conversation, and if I can help anybody at all. And the other thing that I have that really helps people, that's very popular, I have a bank of complimentary, I think there's about 6 in there, meditations. These are the meditations I've designed. They are mainly theta healing based, but these are the ones that really helped me when I was starting my healing journey. So I'm just going to post that in. There's a link there to go and help yourself to the complimentary meditations. I know some of you have already got them anyway. But take care. Lots of love. Thank you so much for your time this evening. I hope you've got great value from it. And if you're watching it on Facebook, I'd love you to share it with your community so people get to see this as well, so I can help more people. So take care. Thanks a lot. And I've loved spending time with you and hanging out with you as always. Lots of love and see you soon.